Hello everyone, Carlos Flores back on Basics. So, before we begin this video, connect with me by subscribing at Back on Basics 99.95. Hit the notification button so you can be notified of any new videos that come on board. If you have a topic, suggestion, any feedback, if you want me to give you my take on something, by all means put it in the comment section. If you want to connect with me on other social media outlets, you are more welcome to do so. So on Facebook, you can search for me by typing Carlos Flores Jr. On Instagram and on X, you can type at Back on Basics. Excuse me. And on Threads, you can type in at Back on Basics or Back on Basics. Either one will get you to my profile. So let's talk about getting out of your head. And I've done this video before, and I'm going to give you a different perspective on it because it's important. Staying out of your head is important because if you do this, right, then you'll start talking to yourself. Then you'll start listening to your own advice. And don't get me wrong, your advice may be the greatest advice ever, but you have to look around you. You have to make sure that you use your support system so that way they can give you their perspectives on you. I mean, it is what it is, right? It's great. And sometimes we know that we're right. And sometimes we know that sometimes we think that we're right, even though we're not. And so, again, it's worth getting a second, a third, a fourth, a fifth opinion. And you know what? At the end of the day, you're going to be making the decision of what to take and what not to take, what to use and what not to use, what to look and what to set aside. But the main thing is this, right? You're getting a perspective from different angles, from different views, from different experiences, from different lives, from unique individuals that may see things similar like you, but at the same time they don't. And that's what I love about support system, because they see things that you don't see sometimes. They see things that if you invest a little bit more time on them, you'll be successful. You'll get to your goals. There's some things that you may not see that it's hindering getting you to that place. And so, again, there's so many things that we have to do in this world, in your lives. Why don't you choose the things that you want to focus on? Why don't you choose and do some of the activities that you want to do? Listening to music, right? It's a simple one. I've said it before. You know, it's like you have a favorite playlist. You have a favorite CD. You have a favorite LP. You have a favorite band or group or singer. And so put them on and jam to them. I mean, what more than listening to your favorite music for getting out of your head? Because you'll stop talking to yourself and you'll start thinking and thinking and thinking. You know, it's something that if it becomes a habit, it'll get worse. And if you keep on doing it, you won't even know when you're doing it. It's okay. Let me be open and honest with you. Whenever somebody goes homeless, which I wish that I don't wish that for anybody. When you're homeless, you spend a lot of time by yourself. Guess what happens? You start talking to yourself because that's natural. I talk to myself. Sometimes I'm trying to pep myself up. I'm trying to motivate myself. I'm trying to remind myself that, hey, it's time to do those videos. And that brings my motivation back up. But what I'm trying to say is there is a normal range, and I don't want to mean normal, but there is a range that, I mean, it's healthy to talk to yourself. I'm being honest with you. You and I are in similar journeys. There is difference. And that difference is what makes us unique. And that uniqueness is what makes us move forward. It's what makes us Stay out of our heads. Don't think that just because you have gone over every single thing and you've gone over all of the scenarios that you don't need anybody else's opinion. I recommend for you to get at least one other person's opinion, so that way you can see what they're seeing, so that way they'll be able to do the things that do, and they can recommend the best option that they see. I mean, and again, and it's up to you to accept that option. You don't have to accept that option. It's hard to believe that a lot of the people just go blindly with recommendations, suggestions. Don't do that. Remember, you're a critical thinker. You're in the here and now. You're in the moment. You are in your basic foundation. And you know why? Because you can make the best decisions here and now, because there's no attachments from the past and there's no attachments from the future. There is no attachments here in the present. And you can make that happen. And then that's the place that you make the best decisions, because you want to make the best decisions. And so by staying out of your head, your attachments are going to go away. They're still going to be there. I'm not telling you that they're going to be gone forever, but at least they will be within far distance that you can make decisions in the here and now. Neutral decisions, basic decisions. I mean, it's amazing sometimes that all you need is to get out of your head, to think critically, right? To have mind-body balance, and you see the trajectory, right? Once you're there, connect with your support system, give them a summary of what's going on and what they see. Get at least one. My recommendation, get at least 3. But if you can only get one, great. That's another person other than yourself that is giving you their take on what's going on in your life. And so, by doing that, you will be in the neutral zone. You will be out of your head. Your mind is going to be so focused, but at the same time, you will be doing the things that you need to do to move forward. And what do you do eventually? You choose the best avenue that you see fit. It may be from somebody out in your support system. It may be from you that you want to try. It may be from something that you've heard. It may be from a song that you heard. I mean, it could be anything. But the main thing that I want to emphasize is getting out of your head. Because if you're in your head, you're thinking to yourself, again, homeless people, because they don't speak to anybody else for the majority of the time. I'm not saying that they're not communal people, or they don't live in smaller communities, but a lot of the times you're by yourself. You're talking to yourself. Eventually, reality and not reality get blurred, and you start thinking here. You don't even talk. You're here. And then eventually what's happening is everything becomes distorted. Everything is based on you, where it shouldn't be. It should be based on you, but also those around you. So that way you can actually do checks and balances and be able to say, you know, that is connecting with one of my goals. I'm going to listen to this member of my support system so that way I can move forward, and I'll accept their suggestion. So again, critical thinking. Stay out of your head. You don't want to slow down, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to stop, because if you stop, it will take a long time to get going. You may have to course correct. You may have to think of another goal or another option, because, I don't know, sometimes people just give up on their goals and dreams. Look at some of the things that people have said. in shows, in books, in movies, in interviews. Some of these people that are worldly famous, that are economically rich, they always have what ifs. They always have that decision that they regret making because they were in their heads and they didn't think critically and they didn't ask somebody to help them out within their support system. So, again, stay out of your head. There's a lot of things to do. Deep breathing, right? Praying, meditating. You can do, again, the want to do activities. The have to do's, you'll have to do. But the want to do activities, you want to do those because they motivate you. This is my want to do activities. You know how much I get excited when this happens? This cause here is another want to do activity because I want to bring autism awareness to everybody that wants to hear it. Because that's one of my causes. That's one of the things I want to educate people on autism. Again, stay out of your head. So that way you'll be able to move forward. You'll be able to complete goals. You'll be able to interact with others. And then you'll be able to be successful and you'll be able to have mind-body balance. Right? So, subscribe to my YouTube channel at BackOnBasics9985. Hit the notification button so you can get notified of any new video that comes on board. Again, right? Stay out of your head. If all fails, ladies and gentlemen, if you wanna look at your perspective, just make a video of yourself. Wait maybe a few hours and then watch it and see what you think. See what you think. Again, don't think just because you're in your head that that's the right way to do so. That's why you have coaches. That's why you have people that support you. That is why you're watching these videos. And again, these videos will be forever free because I believe that all of them are equally important. Back on basics.